Now then, how are you doing? We're at the allotment again, as you can see. There's not much going on in my back garden at the moment. Everything's either been harvested or it's in between harvesting, but I will give you a little tour probably next week. I'm going to give you a tour of the allotment today so you can see of what's actually growing here. Very overcast today. I feel like a little bit of rain in there, but I'm not really bothered because it's quite nice to not have that really hot sun. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Now, just before we kick off, I'm rolling my sleeves up here because I'm going to have you. I had to remove three comments on my, not last video, the video before, that were quite rude. So just for those that are new, that are watching my channel, and I'll do this right at the beginning so you'll see it. If you don't like what I am, or what I'm about, or what I'm saying, if you don't like the content you're watching, then jog on to another channel and stop watching mine. At the top of your thing, you'll see 3 dots. If you hit that 3 dots, go back to your home screen, hit that 3 dots, and just put, don't recommend this channel. Don't be putting horrible comments on my channel. If you don't like it, just jog on to the next channel and watch that. Stop being horrible. Horrible people are not welcome on my channel. So anyway, back to the gardening. So I've put my kettle on. I'm going to make a brew. And I'll take you for a little tour around, and so that you can see what's actually going on, because everything's growing. And you know how long I've been waiting for it to grow. So yeah, let's do that. It's raining. I'll just wait for this to pass and then we'll have a little look round. And if you don't like spiders, look away now. Look at that, it's killed all them. Isn't it horrible that? I don't mind little spiders, but that's a bit too big for me. Did it, I evacuated it. Oh, my heart's beating out my chest. Did it. Wow. Wow, I should have filmed that. That would have it'd gone viral. Right, I'm ready. I'm going to show you around now. Good, isn't it? No shame. So these are my cabbages. As you can see, I'm going to have a weed when it stops raining. I'm assuming it's going to stop raining, but yeah, I'm going to have a good weed. So my cabbages there, they're all coming on lovely. They've not been chewed much, so they look all right. Then in the next bed, there, I've got the kale. So I've got curly kale there, and Cavolo Nero over there. Beetroots are looking absolutely great, aren't they? Well, at least everything will get a good drink today. So, I'm going to take some of these up. These turnips, white ones there. Take some of those up today. Doesn't look like I'm going to be here long. After all, looks like it's in for the day. So I don't think I'll be having a good weed today, but I'll come again this week. So they're what I planted the other day. They're rocket. That's rocket in there. And these are purple sprouting broccoli here at the end. And celery, not done great this year, even though it's been a very rainy year. It's not done fantastic. But I'll leave it and see what happens. You never know. Now in this corner, my corns started appearing. So I've got corn there and behind there. But more importantly, these big ones here that are getting quite big, starting to produce as well. So it was a bit slow to get going this year because the weather was up and down. But it's doing all right now. Got some weeds there. And then this is perpetual spinach, which are big spinach leaves, this row here. So they grow into quite big plants, and the big spinach leaves, I've grown that, and there's a little fly stuck in there as well. I don't know how it's got in, but it's got in. And then I did put some curly kale down there, but that's got chewed. These are my parsnips. They're parsnips. They're doing really well there at the edge. And this is the giant pumpkin that that the slugs attacked in my greenhouse, but I planted it anyway because there were signs of life in the middle, and it's still going and it's producing flowers. I'm just hoping for one pumpkin. Just give me one. One will do. That's producing flowers at the back. There's no pumpkins on it yet, but I'm not. Oh, she says, wait, there, we've got one. That's a pumpkin. So I think these are baby boos. I planted 3 here, if you remember, and only one survived, but it's climbing. So that's all I want. Just a few will do. So I don't really eat them. They're more for Halloween, you know, for the kids in the area. I do all the house up because I'm not a grown up really. I think that's finished. That's lettuce there. So I think that's done. And I've still got some lettuce there, and honestly, I've been harvesting this, just couldn't eat it. There was just that much. And then I've got loads of grass growing in between my leeks. So that's what I wanted to do today, is to get all that sorted, because it looks like a load of grass, but honestly, there are leeks in the middle there somewhere, all poking out. So I need to get that weeded and sorted out. And then I think these peas are done, so they need to come up as well. So I need to strip those and get that up and get this support out of the way and put away for next year. Now these green beans here, wow, are they prolific? I use that word a lot, don't I? It could be worse. I could be saying got now. So prolific and now, which going to use. Oh, I'll tell you what else as well that I've noticed. These, I planted these earlier this year, and nothing happened. And then all of a sudden, these little sprouts appeared, and I thought, I wonder what they are. You know, because you just chuck seeds in and then you forget what you've done. Anyway, they're fennel, and they're growing. So I've never grown fennel in my life, and I've got some fennel growing, and I love that. Don't you like fennel? It's lovely roasted. Anyway, yeah. So look at these. So these are my green beans. These are the ones that they took a bit of getting going as well this year. They really struggled because of the weather and the slugs attacking them. But do you know what? They made it. I didn't have to put any more in. I was going to put more in, but I didn't do it. And they've done amazing. So I'm really pleased with those. So on both sides there. And if you can see, I've got purple as well. One purple. I think because they got chewed that much on this side, I put one of the purple ones in on that side. But yeah, I love green beans, and my daughter loves them. They're a favourite vegetable. So I have no fear of getting rid of them. Although we have got an awful lot at the moment, and I'm going to be harvesting again because you need to pick your green beans. If you don't pick them, then they'll just stop producing because they'll think that's it. It's over. I don't need to produce any more flowers. If you keep picking them, like any pod variety really, peas, sweet peas, anything that promotes a little pod at the end. If you keep picking them, then the pods won't produce, so it'll keep trying. It'll just keep trying to produce the pods, and then you'll get lots and lots of beans or sweet peas like those over there. These are the exhibition onions here. And I didn't know whether these would work because at one point they just looked as though they were on the way out, but all of a sudden they've started going. So that's good. So at least I'm going to get some bigger onions this year. Now those over there are turnips that are sown. It'll be a fortnight now, won't it? 2 weeks ago, and I put them in the other day on my last video. That's them. If I whiz you around here, these, if you remember, were those straggly little cauliflowers that I put in that didn't look like they were doing anything, and now they're growing. So all the little bitten leaves, they were already chewed, if you remember. They were all very chewed. But now I've put the netting over, the chewing seems to have stopped, so the little bugs aren't getting in. And they're growing, so that's all positive. That's good. And that is some sort of sprouting broccoli over there, or it could even be a calabrese. It looks like a sprouting broccoli. I don't know. I did plant calabrese in here, but they bolted. But there were some left over, so these could possibly be calabrese. I'm not 100% sure. It was just a matter of, right, whip them out, put something else in. Kohlrabi. That's still going. It's getting bigger. That's the green kohlrabi, and if you see the purple ones there, that's purple kohlrabi. And if you can see, there is actually a bulb in there. So they're growing. So I'm really pleased about that. I love kohlrabi. It's such a lovely mild flavour. If you've never had it before, just try it. You'll probably have to sow it because you can't buy it in the shops, but it's really an underrated vegetable as far as I'm concerned. Now these at the end here, these are green sprouting broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli. Don't know whether they're going to come up for much, but we'll see. They're looking okay so far. They're not dead, and that's a good sign. Right, let's whiz round to this one. These sprouts, so these are purple Red Bull variety, purple sprouts. So I should get, they won't be ready till winter. They're my Christmas sprouts, those, so hopefully I'll get some good ones of those. And then we've got a mixture there of the tree cabbage, weeds, curly kale that's chewed, so I'm going to have to sort all that out, and the Cavolo Nero. That's Cavolo Nero there, curly kale, and the tree cabbage is there. But yeah, this is another bed that needs some attention. Now these are the Bellotto beans. So these are like a little pink bean. Well, the green and pink, they're very similar to what, they've got like a little pinky stripe on the bean. So they look very similar to the pod. But these are going to be a winter bean, so I'm not harvesting any of those until they're finished. So I'll wait for the pods to go dry. When they're all hanging off and they're finished, then, and the beans are all full inside, you know, like a broad bean, then that's when they'll all be pinched off then, and shelled, and then they'll be popped with my black peas, because all my black peas are in a jar at home waiting. So I've got 2 on both sides of the archway, and then for some reason I have noticed that intertwined in that, probably because I planted them on the opposite side, are these are the violet French beans there, all waiting to be picked. And then I've got the chickpeas here. So this is the pods. You don't get many in them. Look, so that's been eaten. Can you see? You just get 1 chickpea, or if you're lucky, you might get 2. There's a pod there. Let's pull that one off. No, there's nothing in that. It's not done great. I'm not that impressed. It's the first year I've tried them, and I bought a packet from the supermarket, dried off the shelf. So I thought, well, let's give them a go and see how they go. But they're a hot country plant. They need a lot of hot weather, so they haven't grown very big and they're not producing very much. And I should imagine you've got to do like a whole bed of them if you're going to grow them. So I won't be doing them next year. Courgettes, they're all looking absolutely lovely. That one needs a bit of a trim, so I trim all the, you know, the leaves that are finished off the bottom. I trim all them off. I do it on cucumbers, any squash, or, you know, the family of squashes. When the leaves start to die off, I just trim them off, because my view is, and like I say, I'm no expert, if you don't trim them off, then the plant is putting its energy into keeping those alive, and you want the energy to go into the new leaves and to the fruit. So that's why I just take them off. It's just that's my way of doing it anyway. That's my thought process. Might be wrong, I don't know. So yeah, there's a few little courgettes there. We've got a new tromboncino. I did harvest a tromboncino on the last video, because I like them young, and I've been advised to eat them young. And like I say, it's the first time that I've grown them, but so far so good. This one's produced, this plant here, this has produced 3, and they've all died, they've all fell off, so I'm assuming that's to do with pollination. We've not had loads of pollinators around, but I think that managed to get it. So yeah, if you can see in there, we've got courgettes, and that at the back, butternut squash, nothing appearing on that, not even any flowers. I might give them a little bit of a feed actually, because I know squash plants are quite hungry, aren't they? So I might give all my pumpkins a feed as well. Sweet peas. So they're all producing pods now. You see all these pods when they've gone dry and papery. All these will be picked off and I'll take them home. Then next year, all the seeds that are inside the pods, they'll be my sweet peas. So these here, I'm going to do them all the way along. I might put a more sturdier fence up here next year. But I'm going to do sweet peas all the way along here. But that was my idea this year, but for some reason they just died at that end there and weeds took over. And this end as well. So I put some marigolds there, and I put some marigolds there as well, but they didn't survive. But luckily I got this bunch in the middle, and they're just tremendous. They're just an absolute joy to look at. So I'm not going to pick any more. I'm just going to let them go to seed now, and I'm going to pick all the pods off. Then next year I'm going to go again, and we're going to plant. Now this needs a right good weed here. These are the mixed gourd pumpkins. You know, like the little tiny varieties. Oh, I'm getting my hat stuck. Come on, shift. So they've got flowers on them. I need to give this a right good weed round here. Got nettles and everything around this side. Oh, she says she knocks the flower off. Well, nope, no sign of pumpkins on this stretch. Oh, that's quite big though. Let's prop you up the right way, mate. You need to be going up there. Come on, let's sort you out. Some leaves in. Oh, at least one's climbing. And that looks like it's just starting to climb. Oh, it's tried to produce one there. I'm going to say that that's not going to make it. But fingers crossed, something will happen there. Only some supporting cane in the middle, but it's all just slid off. So I'll have to fix that as well. Right, I'm going to have to... Oh, this hat. I think I'm going to have to take some of this off, because they're just getting ginormous, these. I think I need to take a few of these off. And these look a bit... Tomatoes don't look great neither, do they? Need to sort them out as well. I think it's because, you know, the moisture on the inside, they don't like moisture, tomatoes, so I think it's sitting. I wonder if I pull the bag out. Might pull the bag right out. Yeah. Pull the bag right out, it's not touching the side then, is it? Big nettles, look. Yeah, it's been a bit... I haven't really been tending to it, to be honest. I've left it to its own devices, so it's all getting a bit crippled and a bit full in here and a bit neglected. Right. Well, the best I can do today is sort this out, isn't it? Because of the rain. So that's my job today. So let's get cracking and get this sorted out. I show you this bed? I don't think I did. These are the dwarf French beans. So they don't climb. They're not a climber. Last year, you can see there, they've got little beans growing. Last year, I sown loads of these, thinking they were climbers, and then when I looked at the packet, they were all dwarf. So I had to start again. So I was behind last year with my French beans because they were all dwarf, and they don't produce as many as the climbing ones, as the vine type. I prefer the vine, but I like these as well. So these are a backup. These have only just started growing, so they should still be hopefully producing when they've finished. Right, that's me. I think it's going to rain again, so I'll get off home, drop Trevor off, and then I'm going food shopping. I love food shopping. What's that on my neck? Oh, little petal. Yeah, I love food shopping, don't you? Could be one of the worst jobs ever. Right, you take care. If you don't know, I've got an Instagram account. Well, it's not mine. Well, it is now because I've stolen it off my daughter. So get onto Instagram. If you're on there, I'll pop the link underneath. And join me on there because I put a bit more content on there. It's more photographs and stuff, but stuff that's not necessarily on this is on there. Get me? So you take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.